overtime games, you're right there on the road. Come back and have a big win tonight in what could have been a must-win game for you guys. Just what's your take on this group?
We stink. No, we getting better and better. That's what we try to do. We've gotten better. I think we're starting to understand what they're capable of. But again, as a young group, it's about consistency. Not a great first half, but able to not play great and still be in the mix, figure it out, and then put ourselves in a position to make the plays in the second half. So.
Did you guys talk about rebounding at halftime? Or you killed it on the boards in the second?
We did talk about rebounding. That's who we are. Like we weren't who we are. In that first half, we got back to being a little bit of who we are. Part of it is getting stops, which allows us to get out and run. That was part of it. They change defenses. They play 1-3-1, they play a matchup, they play 2-3, they play man. And so that slows you down. It puts you on your heels a little bit. It takes a little time to figure that out. And again, especially as a young group, even if you have a point guard that can get it all straight, if you got a bunch of other young guys out there, it just helps when everybody's a little more experienced with that. So I thought as the game went on, we got better and better at figuring that out. Obviously, you want to talk to Kelvin, but I thought against the 1-3-1, you got to make shots. He was able to shoot them out of it, but we did a good job moving the ball, and they had to choose between Julian, Josh, Christian, and Kelvin. Made shots.
You were in a zone too, weren't you?
Late in the game, we played zone, but that changed the game defensively. We got in a little foul trouble. I like zone anyways, but I thought it took them out of their rhythm. They had a rhythm going offensively. It changed their shots, and it worked the clock. We were in a couple bigs were in foul trouble, so it really helped us shorten the game. And I thought the guys did a really nice job in the zone.
You kept Etherton away from the basket too.
They kept Etherton.
Yeah.
I can't make him go anywhere. If I could make the other team's guys go places, then we would win every game.
Kellen, just felt like your time to hit a couple of shots in that situation, like you were saying, to kind of draw them out. You needed some baskets at that point.
Yeah, they needed someone to step up and make key shots. Julian wasn't hitting like he usually hits, so that's how they still need to keep shooting.
Is your confidence growing? It seems like you've been more aggressive offensively in the last stretch of games here.
Yes, it's been growing a lot since I've been getting in the gym, getting more shots up. It's showing in the game too.
It seemed like you got off to a really good start this season, and you had a little bit of a lull there in the middle. Now, like you said, he's come back. Anything that changed in that time?
The confidence got connected with the team more. We're just playing harder and harder.
Pretty typical for a freshman, right? I think it's more not a function of him. No one knows who he is. No one cares about him in the scouting report. Then he plays well, and people start to care about him. Now he's got to figure out, they're actually guarding me. So now you got to make that adjustment. And for some guys, that can take a year. That can take a long time. And he's been able to figure some things out at a pretty nice rate. Obviously, getting in the gym helps them.
Josh, I saw you throw your hands up after that last three you made there. What were you thinking in that moment?
I guess I wasn't supposed to really shoot it, but I just kind of felt like it kind of just sealed the game. So you know what I mean? It just feels good.
He's got a little phrase he throws
when,
up. Right. So
something back home, but just kind of sealed the game. I'm just happy because I knew the game was pretty much sealed and we were going to win. So that's all.
that is his spot. I think he hit the one there and beat Quinnipiac a year ago. It's a couple from that spot.
You really did a good job setting some people up for some layups, dunks. Did you like the way the game flowed in the second half?
Yeah, I like the way the game flowed. We got out in transition a lot in their zones. We just were kicking the ball back and forth. It wasn't really sticking, and that's how Kelvin did some of his three-pointers in the corner. So, I was just trying to find guys open, and as they were open, they knocked it down. They made me look good. So, that helped.
Josh told me at halftime that not to worry, he had everything taken care of.
Oh, did he say that?
It's nice if we can get to that point where I can know that that's all it takes. He delivered tonight.
I'm sure you're going to say you're not going to agree with me, but this Sure seemed from the outside. Sure seemed from the outside that this was a must-win game. I mean, you guys had to have this one.
There's no must-win games. For what? But if you're talking about giving yourself a chance to make the conference tournament, every game's a must-win game. I mean, at least until I think every game's a must until you get to 9 wins. You know, I mean, I think if you get to 9, you're probably got a pretty good chance. But we don't look at any of that stuff. We just play the next game because you don't know. I mean, I said to you before, like I've been on teams where we were down and out, and it was done and over, and then you just get on, you know, just one game at a time, and you go from there. And so we can't control any of that stuff. We can't control what other teams are doing. All we can control is getting better. And we could get better and be great and you know, come up short. And that's one of the reasons I've always argued for everyone going to the tournament. You know, people say, well, the 12th place team shouldn't go. It's not about the 12th place team. It's about the team that just missed it, the 9th place team who played the unbalanced schedule, who got better, and by the end of the year, maybe isn't the 9th team. Maybe they're the 6th or 7th best team, but because of the unbalanced schedule and because of injuries and because of the way things went, they don't make it. But we're not going to think about any of that, so we're just going to keep trying to win game by game and put ourselves in a position where we don't have to worry about any of those things.
Rather than thinking ahead, how about just for a second, just thinking back, how important was it Saturday to win that game?
I think it was important Saturday for these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously every game, but I think they deserved it. They worked hard. They fought back. You know, we lost leads in both games on the road. Could have, should have, would have won at Quinnipiac again. And then to fight back the way we did with a minute 24 to go, down 4, like they need to realize that's who they can be and that's who they are, and they hadn't had that experience yet, and so it was really important for them. They deserved it. They made it happen. I mean, that play that won the game, we got a stop. We snapped it ahead. Julian hit Danny running the floor, and Danny got fouled. Like, that ball didn't hit the floor in transition. I mean, that's what we do. We run, and it showed up. And those guys played 40-some minutes, and we're still sprinting the floor and snapping it ahead and doing what we do, and we win. And we make a foul shot, and then we make a play at the end, and Josh makes 2 foul shots. They deserve that to see everything that they've done. So it was really important in that regard.
Yeah, Josh, what did last week do just for the team's confidence, just playing right in those tough, close games on the road, and then you hitting the free throws to pull that game out on Saturday?
I just think it was big for us. I mean, like Coach said, both of them were hard-fought games. I wish we would have won that one at Quinnipiac. But unfortunately, we didn't. And then we could either bounce back or just kind of hold our heads. And then 2 days later, 2 overtimes, we saved the game, we fought, and we just continued to play hard. And I mean, to win a game like that's exciting. And I think it was just good for all of us.
What was it like stepping to the line there with the game on the line? Only a few seconds left.
No, I was fine. I was going to knock him down.
I think we're all pretty confident he's in those situations.
You need your point guard to be confident, want the ball.
Absolutely. And we ran a play for him, and what happened is exactly what we thought.
And then just, Josh, I know it's about getting better and everything, but still, you want to win, and you guys have a winning streak now for the first time this year. That's got to.
Yeah, it feels real good. I mean, that's what we talked about earlier. As not the coaches, but the players, we're like, let's come in and get 2. I mean, that's big for us so far because we haven't had it this season. So I mean, kind of get that momentum, and hopefully it carries over to Saturday. Hopefully get 3.
Good.
All right, excellent.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, a lot of basketball.